how's it going? Yeah, it's been about a little more than a week, about almost a week and a half. How do you measure a half week? 3.5 days? Yeah, it's been a week and a half since I did my last video, and maybe even a little longer because I did a couple videos together at the very end there. Anyway, that's beyond the point. I'm back here today, and gonna talk about that a little bit here. Actually gonna probably do a couple videos here tonight in a row, and then try to post them separately. Today's topic is going to be about backsliding. It's a very appropriate time for that. And I want to talk to people about, it's not the end of the world. And I was funny, I was talking to someone about this just this week, and it occurred to me that it would be a good topic. So I've been away for about, like I said, 10, 11 days. And, I was on vacation sort of. It was a working vacation. I'm lucky enough to inherit a bunch of my dad's woodworking tools, and oh my God, a bunch of his books. He still has a massive library, and I got a lot of cool stuff that he just wasn't using anymore. And I went down to where he lives, and I brought them all back in a U-Haul. And the trip itself was a bit time consuming. It took me 2 days to get down there and 2 days to get back. And then I was able to stay there for 4 days. And then when I got back, there had been a hurricane pass through, and it knocked out power at my place. So I had to stay at a friend's for a little while because I had no power or heat or anything. And of course, it was right when the cold weather wanted to roll back in. Hey, it was actually kind of cool. It kind of extended my vacation by a few days. It actually gave me a couple of days of actual vacation because, like I said, I was either traveling or packing up a U-Haul the rest of the time. And, I got to enjoy some downtime with my dad. It was a nice visit. He likes to work just like me. Well, he likes to work a lot more than I do, but he's definitely been the example for me in that, even when I'm not working, I'm still kind of working. Hard to explain unless you really know me personally. But, I got to spend some really good time around him and around the rest of the family down there. And it's funny that no matter how much time you spend, you always feel like you want a little more. I mean, that's how you know it's a good visit. When you can't wait to get out of somewhere, that's how you know it's a bad visit. But it wasn't like that. I could have stayed for a few more days and just kind of soaked it in. But anyway, the visit was good. The trip was good. The reason I mention it is because my dad lives in a touristy town that has fantastic restaurants, and I grew up there as a kid, and they have a lot of Greek food, which, growing up around that, it became one of my favorite, exotic foods or whatever. It's certainly more exotic than Italian or Mexican in America or whatever. And they have some of the best Greek food, I would say, in the U.S. And it's funny, whenever I go to other places and I see a place that serves Greek food, I'll try it to see if it's as good. And I've had Greek food outside of that town that was really good, but nothing really touches it. And I mention this because I indulged. I had been really good. I'd been really good up until the last week before I left, and then I was trying to eat off all the rest of my groceries that I had sitting around, and I had some stuff, so even some dry goods that had been around for months, from back before I even started my diet. And, as cheap as I am, and I don't like to waste things, I went ahead and ate stuff. I ate stuff like macaroni and cheese, which I had some of, and, it wasn't the good stuff. It was the instant in the box stuff, not healthy. But, I'm not going to be buying it again, so it won't get replaced. It's gone now. And, I'm not making excuses. This is almost more like a confessional than anything at this point. But so I hadn't eaten so good the last week I was here at home. And then the whole time I was on my trip, it was either fast food or it was restaurant food. And I ate, I ate what I was supposed to eat, which is my normal, my normal diet of, eggs and avocado for breakfast. And my dad, he actually got me on this whole health kick again. And he made a couple meals for me, which is what he does. And often he'll just do one meal a day and that'll be it. And because he also incorporates periodic fasting in with what he's doing. So often he'll just do one good meal a day, and then he'll supplement it with some snacks that are just like fresh veggies and like a bean dip that he makes. It was actually really good. I'm totally going to steal that idea. Though he was eating raw broccoli, and raw broccoli does not agree with my system. I can eat it if it's a little bit steamed even, but not totally raw. He was doing carrots too. I'm definitely going to do the carrot thing. Anyway, as far as backsliding goes, I probably put a few pounds back on over the last, let's say the last 2 weeks altogether. I don't think it's been a lot, but it's been enough where it's like, I definitely felt that I felt myself going from slowly losing weight to kind of evening out to kind of slowly gaining a little bit of weight. And, that can be really disheartening. Especially when you put so much work into losing weight. And even if I put back on 5 pounds, and I'm going to, for my size, that's not that much. I always think of it in percentages. So even if I had put back on 10 pounds, and I don't think I did, I think I probably put on back about 5. Just putting back on any weight is really frustrating because I'm trying to lose it. And I already lost it once. Putting it back on means I have to go and lose it yet again. It can really take the wind out of your sails, but I'm not going to let it do that this time. I mean, not more than it's already doing on its own. I'm not going to let it get in my head. I'm not going to let it distract me or keep me from being healthy. I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to lose that weight back again here. Hopefully I can lose it rather quickly because, I put it on in 2 weeks. I'm sure I can take it back off in 2 weeks. And then I'll spend a whole month essentially getting back to where I started. But that's okay. We have to do this sometimes. You have to go through this process. And I don't consider it failure. I consider it part of the process, as long as you keep focus on the goal. Whatever your goal is. My current goal here is to improve my health and lose weight. I'm really trying to improve my health and get healthy and get fit, and have the weight loss just kind of be a side effect of that. I'm not trying to treat it like it's a diet. I hate the idea of a diet where you do it for a certain amount of time, you lose a certain amount of weight, and then you go right back to your bad habits. I've lived a life that tells me that doesn't work. It doesn't ever work. It always comes back on somehow. Somehow, even if you don't notice it, it's insidious. And like always, my main problem is sweets. And this whole period happened to tie around Halloween, and I did really good. I did really good until I came back here. And then I stayed at friends for a few days, and they literally had Halloween candy out, and I resisted for a few hours, but eventually I gave in. And I don't want to admit it, but I will. Again, this is turning into a confessional here. Yeah, and once you eat one piece of candy, it's really easy to eat like 12 pieces of candy. And I'm sure I had at least 12 pieces of candy. It's Halloween, trick or treat. I'm not proud of it. I'm not trying to make excuses for it. What I am trying to do is say, look, I did this. I didn't feel good about it. I knew it was wrong. I did it anyway. I proved to myself that I don't have any strength around sweets, that I really, really, really just need to keep it out of my life. I need to make sure people in my life know that just please don't offer it to me. Even if I've gone a long time and I'm strong, don't offer me cake, don't offer me pie, don't offer me ice cream, please. I mean, it's not that I don't appreciate it. I love it when people, especially when stuff is homemade, and they put the love into it, and then you can smell it, and it's so good, and it's like, it's really hard to say no, and it's so hard that it is almost impossible to say no. I almost always give in, but I can't be giving in. I've got to keep the sugar away. The sugar is going to kill me. I have to keep thinking of sugar, in my case. It's poison. It's literal poison. I might as well think of it as like belladonna or battery acid or something like that. Because, I mean, essentially it just wrecks my body in the same way. I mean, it's not as obvious. But, I mean, it's not as obvious as if I drank battery acid. That would be way more obvious. But its insidiousness is untouchable. It really gets me. Anyhow, backsliding is tough. When you have to repeat the process you've already worked hard for, again, it's tough. Just today, it's getting dark so early now. I don't have the luxury of going for a walk at 8:30 and still coming back before the sun goes down. That was really nice to have in the summer. But now it's not even winter yet, and it's starting to get dark at like 5:40 or something like that, and its last light is at like 6 o'clock. This time of year, there's a reason why they call it SAD, seasonal affective disorder or whatever. Yeah, it's because by the time Christmas rolls around, it'll be dark, it'll be getting dark at like 5 o'clock. So anyway, I've got to do a better job of scheduling, getting up early, making sure that I've got most of what I need to be done so that I have time to go for a walk every day or almost every day. But I'm ready to get back on the saddle. Tomorrow I'm going to go to the gym. We do a nice workout. I haven't done a workout again in like a week and a half, so that'll be nice. I'll get back to that. And I might even try to double up and do a walk and a workout on the same day to kind of make up a little ground. But even if I don't get a chance to do that, I'll definitely do my walk the day after and get back on my routine here. I've got my eggs and my avocado for breakfast, and now I'm trying to dive even more hardcore. I had been flirting with the Gundry diet, and I've been trying certain things out, and I've been cutting out some of his big no-nos. On my trip, I read more of his book, and I'm going to try to finish the book here real soon. The book is like a process. It's not just like a story. So reading the whole book is kind of like doing it. It's kind of pointless to just read it if you're not going to be also participating. So now that I'm ready to go and participate and do the book the right way, I'm going to finish it up. And that's going to lead to quite a limited diet. Luckily, one of the things my dad gave me was a nice new refrigerator, and I'll have plenty of room for all the specialty foods I'm going to need. And I'm really going to work super hard on not going out to eat. And if I do, it's planned, and it's still mostly part of the diet. Gosh, the Gundry diet is really hard to replicate out in the real world. Even ordering a salad at a restaurant and stuff is going to contain probably half the ingredients, and the vegetables are going to be stuff I can't have. Like, stuff as simple as tomatoes and cucumbers and corn and, whatever, breads, croutons, all that's out. Anyway, I'm not going to allow myself to let a little bit of backsliding stop me. I'm going to take it as an initiative to double down and increase my efforts. I'm going to be doing this more hardcore. I'm going to go into the full Gundry diet, and hopefully I'll drop back off what I've put back on here rather quickly, and then I can continue to make more progress. And I'm really looking forward to it. And I'll do another update video here, regarding this. I'm only going to talk about this health stuff probably about once a month, and I'll probably get more into it sporadically. But I want to focus more on bigger ideas and stuff. But I did want to give you guys a little update here, since this was definitely a blip on the radar. A blip on the radar. Does that make any sense? Made sense in my head. I don't know, but it's a stumble for sure. And I'm going to turn this stumble into me increasing my speed instead of just falling down. Hopefully that makes better sense. Okay. All right. On to the next one. I love you. I mean it. Thanks.